Hey, I'm Billy Drain from Miller Industries, and today I'm here with Mike Frazier. We're going to talk about lubricating three-stage recovery booms on our products. So the three-stage recovery booms are common to V100s, 9055s, 1140s, 1150s, 1075s. The three-stage recovery systems are built here in the assembly area. What we're going to show you is kind of the inside of it before it's assembled. So the extension cylinder is actually mounted backwards of what you would normally think. So the rod end is down at the base of the cylinder. Then there's a pulley system here at the end of the cylinder that actually connects to a cable system that brings the second and third stage out together. So lubricating this piece of the assembly is very important. It's something that's commonly overlooked, so we're going to go over how we do that, show you here in the shop, and then we'll go out and show you on an actual recovery boom. So the first thing we want to cover is the proper grease to use. We use an extreme pressure lithium-based grease for this application. The assembly of this boom extension system here, the pin, is what I'm holding in my hand here, actually goes through these two pulleys that you see here at the end of the extension cylinder. And you'll see as that grease is put in the inside of this pin, it's going to come out right alongside where these pulleys are. And then once that pin is inside the pulley, you'll see the tracks inside of the bronze bushing there where that grease is going to travel. We'll have a Zerk fitting on each side of the pin. You see it here on my side and then as well on Mike's side as the other. As we put that grease into that pin, it'll travel through that whole pulley and pin system. So now that we showed you the boom extension system inside the shop, we're out here on an actual unit. Today we have a 9055 and Mike's going to walk us through the procedures of how to lubricate this boom correctly. So Mike, tell us a little bit about how you would do that, what it looks like, and what we need to pay attention to.
Thanks, Billy. Here we have a conventional 9055. The same process goes for a 9055 XL and a V100. It's all the same process the way you grease it. With our integrated units, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold the underreach down all the way down. It could be a handy step to stand on while you're lubricating the recovery boom. Then just extend the boom out until the holes in the boom match up with the Zerk fitting on the pulley itself for the boom extension cylinder. So now that the recovery boom is extended and the holes are lined up, you simply take the gun, insert it in the fitting, and put 5 to 7 pumps approximately into the recovery boom. And you do the same process on the other side. Now that we've greased the two Zerk fittings at the end of the extension cylinder, simply raise the boom to make it more accessible to do the 4 at the base of the extension cylinder. Now that the boom is elevated and the recovery cylinder is extended, there's 2 points right here that are simply lined up just like out there. You just simply take the gun, insert it in the grease fitting, and approximately 5 to 7 pumps in each spot. And now just repeat the process on the other side of the recovery boom. And now that we've finished lubing the extension cylinder on the recovery boom, maybe a great time to simply take and lube the bottom of pads of the recovery boom. At the plant, we simply use a paint roller and just roll the grease on the bottom of the recovery boom. And now that we've completed the 9055, next we're going to show you the 3-stage extension booms on the rotators. And now we're with the 1140. With the 1140, you have to extend the recovery boom to access the Zerk fitting in the end of the extension cylinder. Simply line up the holes and put your 5 to 7 pumps into the fitting. And then you just repeat the process on the other side. And now we're at the base of the extension cylinder for the 1140. You can see the 2 access holes are lined up. Simply 5 or 7 pumps in each fitting, and then just duplicate it on the other side. And now we're on the Century 1150 rotator with the knee boom. On the 1150 rotator, there's no reason to extend the extension cylinder. You just simply take the grease gun, insert it into the fitting inside the boom, and pump it 5 to 7 times. And now you just repeat the process on the other side. On the 1150, to get the 4 points at the base of the boom, you simply just lift the boom up to the highest elevation it can go, and it makes it much more accessible to grease it. Now that the boom is elevated, the holes are easily accessible. Simply take your grease gun, 5 to 7 pumps, and now just repeat the process on the other side of the boom. All right, now we have here a 1075. To access the Zerk fitting, you have to fully extend the recovery boom all the way out. Then the holes will line up with the Zerk fitting. Then you just simply insert the grease gun, give it to the 5 to 7 pumps. And now we're just gonna duplicate this side. Now that we greased the 2 Zerk fittings at the end of the cylinder, you have to fully retract the recovery boom, put it back to center, and go to full elevation to get the other 2 points at the base of the cylinder. With the boom fully retracted and fully elevated, you just simply see the grease fitting inside of here, give it the 5 to 7 pumps, and duplicate it on the other side.
Thanks, Mike, for demonstrating that for us. And thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our news feed to stay up to date with all the latest tips and tricks from Miller Industries.
This video is for product demonstration purposes only and is not intended for training or instructional purposes. Situations vary, and operators should rely on their own professional knowledge and safety procedures when conducting actual recoveries.
Miller Industries, the world leader in towing and recovery equipment.